that's right. Well, Penny says it's too hot to be outside, so come on inside and sit down here with Allison Mundy and my mom right here on WCRS Radio. Yes, Penny is settled in. She says, sign me up. I want to learn how to swim more better. But my very special guest today is Allison Mundy. She is over there at the YMCA. She is the Aquatics and Membership Director. She has said for years she would not come on my show. And here she is today, folks, to talk about one of her favorite topics, swimming, safety, and why can't you swim? So without further ado, let me introduce to you my guest today, Allison. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You might pull that microphone. Just pull it straight towards you. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. And so, Allison, how did you get started in being such a big swimmer?
My mom was a swimmer. She swam in college, and we just always were swimmers. I was swim team from age 4 till I was 18, and started teaching swim lessons when I was 15. So
where are you from?
From Summerville, South Carolina.
Summerville, South Carolina.
We moved around a bit before that, but grew up in Summerville.
Well, that's
First job was Summerville YMCA, so.
So you have a long history with
Yes,
the YMCA.
I do.
How long have you been the director and membership director and swim?
Aquatics, 10 years, membership within the last 4 years, I believe.
Yeah.
So kind of took over that part too.
Well, you've done, just talking about the Y and the pool over there, you have an amazing facility.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
remember when you had to go in and change out some pump or something, cleaning or something, and now there's no chlorine smell, all
Yes,
that.
we just got new pumps. We got a UV system. We got new deck. That was been almost 2 years ago. So.
And it's amazing. I mean, from your perspective, I'm sure it's made a big difference.
Oh, when I started 10 years ago, well, actually, when I came here in 1999, it's totally different from what it was with the tile and the, Brian, they and Jonathan did a good job picking out and getting the right, pool company, and it's been great since. I mean, it's hard to keep that chlorine smell and all out of an indoor pool, but it's really clean and safe and looks really good now.
That's great. So, I am amazed. I understand you can start with 6 months olds and start the process.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about it.
So our parent taught is teaching our parents how to start working with the children, getting them comfortable in the water acclimation, balancing, getting in and out of the water safely, how to hold your child in the water, the importance of when you're in the water with them, not using a puddle jumper or a flotation, trying to help them build their skills before they reach the age of 2 to start our lessons.
So that probably doesn't work very well if a parent doesn't believe in getting in the water.
That's true. That's true. We do have some parents that have come and they're non-swimmers. We have a shallow end. And it's kind of encouraged them, I think, having a child, encouraged them to want to learn as well. And there's not an age limit on learning.
Well, why is it so important? I mean, this is a redundant question, I know, but why is it so important for children and adults to be able to swim?
Well, it's a life skill. I mean, anything can happen around water. Anything can happen at the ocean, on the boat, just being at a pool party and not planning on getting in the pool.
So you mean some of those times where people get thrown in the pool?
Yes, or after weddings or, just anything like that. But it's just important to know how to be safe in and around water.
I think you're absolutely right. And isn't it amazing, though, that people think they can go out on a pontoon boat, though?
Yeah.
And not have any water safety skills.
Or no life jacket.
Or no life jacket.
Yeah. They think they're invincible. They're on a boat, which is not the case. I mean, my children never took off their life jacket. In fact, we got pulled over one time, and I was like, what do we do? And they're like, we're going to give them a shirt for you being safe. And it had, I'm wearing my life jacket shirt. So, even jet skis, all that, you just have to be safe.
You do have to be safe, and I think another big issue, it would seem to me, now I'm not an expert in this, but would be that if you do end up in the water, that you don't panic.
Yes, which happens, but just trying to get on your back, be able to get a breath. Also, it comes down to the people outside not panicking. We teach the children reach, throw, don't go. You can reach for them. You can throw something to them. Don't go in after them unless you have the skill set to go get them. You call somebody, because you could end up drowning too. Now, reaching with something like a long pole, whatever, throwing something that floats, that's very important. Putting your own life jacket on if you're going to go, say you're in the lake, making sure you're safe as well, because you have to protect yourself as well. But
well, you've seen so many cases where somebody has grabbed a hold of somebody who was drowning and pulled the person that was trying to save them under.
Yeah.
So all these things are so important. Now, I'm sure you've probably heard all the stories in the world about why they're not getting in the water or why they're not going to have their children in the water. Are any of them legit?
No, I think some it's just a generational thing. They were just, their grandparents didn't swim, their parents didn't swim. They might have had a drowning experience, or someone they knew had an experience, and I think it just instills fear, and then they think, okay, it's just not my thing. I'm not going to learn, which is sad. I mean, everybody needs to know some kind of skill set when it comes to the water.
Do you have a lot of adults learning to swim?
We do. We actually do. And we've had a lot. We've been doing them on Tuesdays at 5:30. It's a pay per lesson. During the off season of summer, I was teaching them on Fridays, and we had a good bit. I recently taught some doctors itself who have
taught some doctors itself. Yes.
And Dr. Santosh, well, that's his first name. I can't pronounce his last name. He's amazing, but his wife knew how to swim, and he doesn't care if I share this story, but they went on vacation.
I've interviewed him on the radio.
He's awesome,
yes.
and he is now swimming laps. So he just said, he went through all of the medical school, and he just never learned how to swim.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I had one lady about 10 years ago. She was 89. And we taught her how to swim. She was from Calhoun.
What was her reaction when she learned to swim?
It was one of her bucket lists, and she was just amazed once she overcame the fear, which a lot of it's just getting comfortable in the water. But once she overcame the fear, she was great and checked it off her bucket list.
That's cool. Now, don't you also have, speaking of seniors, don't you have a water aerobics program?
Yes, we have classes at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6:30.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and we also have a 6 a.m. boot camp that's 2 days a week.
I think sometimes, I love having y'all come on from the Y, because there's always something that I walk away that I didn't know.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think, the Y's 175 years young this year.
Yep.
And it is amazing all the programs that are right there in that one building.
Yes, we have a lot that people aren't aware of. But our Aquatics class, our 9 a.m. class, had 42 people in it yesterday.
Wow.
So it's grown pretty big.
Now, how big is the pool?
7 lanes. It's 25 meters.
25 meters,
Yeah.
So it's a big pool.
Yeah, we use most of the pool for those Aquatics classes. But they've been sending us referrals for pain management and orthopedics for them to get in the pool to really work out, and so they'll get a month. It's called Blue Prescription. They get a month, and we recommend that they do our aqua exercise classes. So it's been going well. People have been sticking around after that month and really enjoying it.
That's cool. Yeah. And there's so many, as far as being a member, you get so many advantages to all the different programs that are out there.
Yes, all of our classes are included. Our basketball gyms, our racquetball, our pickleball. The only thing that costs extra would be our programs, but being a member gives you a reduced rate. At swim lessons, it's $60 for 4 1-hour lessons. If you're not a member, it's $100.
No, that is a good deal. That is a good deal.
So our members do get an advantage.
Now, one of the other things I think, Allison, that I've heard that you do, that you're kind of over the splash pad down there in Uptown Greenwood.
I'm assisting with that, but I do run the country club pool as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been helping John. I'm a CPO for the for our pool. So, but
What's a CPO?
The certified pool operator.
Oh, okay.
So I run the country club pool and the Y pool, and John from Uptown, he has been managing the splash pad. I'm just behind the scenes helping him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. So, but all of these things now, just out of curiosity, you need lifeguards at a splash pad?
No, ma'am, they're not lifeguards, but we have to have an attendant.
Attendant.
Yeah.
Okay. And so an attendant is there just to
Make sure that the kids aren't misbehaving, nobody gets hurt, making sure the water chemicals are right.
Balanced.
Yeah, just trying to keep it safe. I mean, it would be really hard to drown in the splash pads. Yeah. No, so my lifeguards are not over there. They're just at the country club and at the Y pool.
at the Y pool.
Yeah, so-
Okay. All right. Well, we're here with Allison Mundy with the Lakeland's YMCA. She is an Aquatics. She's the Aquatics and membership director there. And massive update. 3 TVs at the Y are showing the World Cup right now, I guess. Or they have it
Okay.
on there. I just got a message from
Nice.
over there at the
Okay.
Y.
Well,
Yes.
good.
Yes. So, and that's the other thing. I mean, the equipment that y'all have over there is
Yes.
phenomenal.
We have a lot of equipment. We have our AP gym, athletic performance gym, and then we also have our back wellness center. So we have a really big area.
Well, and the other thing that I like about it is that you are, when you join, you get 2 hours of, or I may be wrong, not the hours, but you go through
3 sessions with a personal trainer to walk you through all the equipment.
to make sure that you're using it right.
Yes.
You know, and how many, I mean, I'm just going to bring this up, how many other places out there spend the time making sure that you can use the equipment properly?
I'm not sure. I mean, I
I'll
think
go
it's
ahead
great.
and say it, Allison. I know with good effect that they
There's
do
none.
not.
Yeah. I think it's great because honestly, like walking back there, you're like, what do I do?
Right.
You know, and they take the time to show everybody that wants to take advantage of that how to use this equipment safely in the correct way.
Well, I think the other thing is you have to adjust it. The person that was using it before could have been taller. You're short. You need to know how to lift it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very good perk. And then after that, if you need help, we always have attendants on the floor that are willing to help show you something you might not have learned or might not have, remembered. So
And I think you were talking about the performance one. That's for
Athletic performance, yeah.
those kids and young guys and gals that are really good. So you don't feel embarrassed when you go to the other room, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's our where our heavy weights and everything. But we also have our TRX in there in our spin room. So
Yeah. And then what about the Parkinson's program? I've done a lot of work on the Parkinson's
yes,
program.
it's awesome. It's
It
really
is.
cool. It's grown a lot. I'm not exactly sure how many Jan has in that, but the amount of volunteers that come and help, the people, I mean, I'll see them uptown Greenwood and they're like, hey, they feel included and it's great.
Absolutely. Now, just real short, what is the difference between the Y, the regular Y over there on Calhoun, and the Y uptown?
Uptown's smaller. It doesn't have as much equipment, but that's a good thing. You can do your workout. A lot of people go there for their lunch break. They have a lot of the same equipment. It's just not as big scale, like not as many treadmills or weight machines, but it's great. I mean, I have a lot of friends that just figured it out and they're like, why didn't you tell me about this? And they'll pop
Because
up.
I wanted you to come over here.
Yeah, I wanted you to come see me in my office. No, but people will pop in for their 30-minute lunch break. John does a great job with his small group trainings, which is another perk. I mean, you get that one-on-one over there too. It's great. So I help with the the membership over there, and everybody knows everybody. So
No, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I have visited there, but I think you're right. A lot of people don't know, and it's great because it's right there in Uptown.
Yeah.
If you work uptown or in that general area,
A lot of people from County Bank in the city, they'll just pop in, do their workout, and go. Or they'll come before work, and then we have showers there. They'll get ready and go to work.
Yeah. So that's a really good program. But we're really here to talk about water. But, when I have somebody from the YMCA, we got to talk about all the different things that are happening. And since you're part of membership, I know you know all about it. One thing we should tell folks, particularly if they're thinking about joining the Y, it's that 2 hours of babysitting, right? Child watch.
Yes, we have child watch 8 to 1 during the week, and then 4 to 7:30. And they get 2 hours to work out, to walk the track.
They don't get to leave, though.
No, they can't leave. They can walk out on our track. They can definitely walk out on our track, but it is nice because parents come. They can do a class. I mean, They can sit in the lobby and talk with their friend for a little bit if they want. But yeah, they get 2 hours. And they can come in the morning and they can come in the afternoon too.
So that's a really, really nice perk.
It is.
And I think, again, a lot of people don't know about that. But let's talk about, we got this big weekend coming up. It's July 4th. And what are some of the biggest swim or water safety reminders parents should keep in mind?
Be a water watcher. Don't
assume
a water watcher. Do not assume somebody else is watching your child. Put your phones down. Put your books down. Be involved with your child in the pool. On the boat, don't take the life jacket off. Make sure you're swimming in a safe area. I mean, people who never go on a boat pick the 4th of July and Memorial Day to go out there.
And a lot of people, I'm sorry, are drinking too.
Yeah, and that's true. Just making sure you have somebody right there with them. Don't assume your husband's watching them. He might start grilling and then forget. Never let your kids swim alone. That's a big thing too. If you're in the kitchen cooking, you have a backyard pool, never, ever. I wouldn't even go swim alone, and I've been swimming my whole life. Anything can happen. So always have a buddy with you.
So, but should you even have your phone with you when you're out by the pool? Because I think that temptation is just awfully great.
I mean, if you're playing music in the background, but if you're sitting there scrolling on Facebook while your 2 and 3 year old are in their puddle jumpers or not puddle jumpers swimming in the shallow end, no, absolutely not. At our pool at the Y, anybody under 6 can't even get in the water without their parent being in the water with them. And they have to be swim tested. So knowing your kids' limits as well. I mean, just because they swam from the 3 feet to the 4 feet, does it mean they go off the diving board by themselves in 10 feet? Because it's, be there, be present, be in the water, being engaging with them.
Yeah, we've had some really bad accidents here in Greenwood. I don't think this year, but last year. I think
last year was it last summer or the summer before? It was just one thing after another.
Yes. And it really, I think, drove it home to a lot of people. I mean, there was that one group, they were just out there having fun at the sandbar or whatever. And you wouldn't have even thought that something could happen in that water.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing is just not wearing the life jacket in the lake. It's dark water. You can't see. The water's moving constantly.
Yeah, but those things get in the way. Come on, Allison.
I mean, especially children, they have got to be in a life jacket.
Now, how do you know what is a good life jacket? I mean, how do you know?
Anything Coast Guard approved. U.S. Coast Guard approved.
So they should actually have that on there.
Nothing that has removable little bubbles. Nothing that's is a bathing suit that looks like a bathing suit. A puddle jumper is U.S. Coast Guard approved. Any kind of, in the life jacket, once you put it on, if you can lift it up and it goes over their shoulders, it's not the right size. So you need to make sure it's tight. Once it's tight, once they get in the water, it might loosen a little bit, but it needs to be tight and not movable.
Now, a lot of kids, of course, are into all these things that you can pull behind a vehicle, right? Or behind the boat.
Oh, like a tube?
Yeah. Tubes and all this kind of stuff.
Definitely wear a life jacket in that, because you can get... There's been many times I was tubing and gotten thrown off, and probably if you didn't have a life jacket on, you might not resurface. So,
Do you wear a life jacket?
yes, when I am tubing, when I am skiing, when I'm on the boat. So,
Wow. Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah.
That should be the biggest endorsement right there.
Yeah.
Somebody who is a very strong swimmer, I presume.
yes.
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 All right. So, what are some of the common mistakes you see parents or children making around pools or on the lakes or other water?
Just not paying attention, thinking that they're stronger swimmers than they really are. You know, you got to think about the temperature of the water, the depth of the water, just your skill set, how long you've been out in the sun. If you've been out there playing 4 hours, you're not on point like you were when you first got in. Especially like a day like today. It's hot. Give yourself a break. Give yourself some time. Make sure you stay hydrated. Just being safe around the water. And like I tell every kid, you never, ever swim alone. Even my lifeguards don't swim alone. You just always have to have a buddy, an adult.
Now, what about, since you're out in the sun and all this kind of stuff, what about protecting your skin?
Yes, always wear sunscreen, hat, sunglasses.
Can you even go in the water? God, it sounds like I might as well just give up.
I know. Making sure you're reapplying frequently, staying cool. Trust me, I have to preach it to my lifeguards all the time out at the country club. I'm like, did you put on sunscreen? A lot of times I'll walk around with sunscreen and spray them. But just being careful, just being mindful, knowing where your toddler is, knowing, you take off their puddle jumper to eat, making sure you put it back on.
I don't even know what a puddle jumper is.
It's the one that goes across their chest and their arms. It's one of the better ones, not for teaching swimming skills, but for safety, because it keeps them from, a lot of times kids in a regular life jacket, they might bobble back and forth. This one actually keeps them with their heads up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, now, what about doing the swim lessons? You have a big program in swim lessons.
ma'am.
What do our listeners need to know?
We teach all ages. I mean, we have parent tots. I'm doing those on Fridays. We have a preschool, school age. Those run year round. We do take a couple weeks in August off and a couple weeks in December near Christmas. But it's year round. And the biggest thing is 1 week in the summer is not going to teach your child how to swim. The most common mistake is we came last summer. Keep it going. Pick 1 week a month, and just keep the skill set going.
Now, are the do your skills advance?
Yes, we have level 1 through 6. We follow the Y guidelines. I think a lot of people think immediately they need to learn how to swim. Our first goal is water safety, how to get in and out of the water safely, how to float on your back, how to put your face with water acclimation, getting your face wet. Just trusting us. 2-year-olds, they might spend the first 2 weeks in lessons crying, and then the third week they're sitting there and they're putting their face in, grabbing rings or jumping off the side. It's a skill set that, like I told you earlier, you don't learn to read in a week, you're not going to learn to swim in a week. It's just, it takes some time, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. So now, how much does the Y charge?
For our group lessons for preschool, school age, it's $60 for members for 4 1-hour lessons. And that session goes Monday through Thursday. Friday's our makeup day if it storms, and then non-members, it's $100. We do have financial aid that they can apply for through scholarships. We have a lot of aquatic scholarships. And then our parent tot and our adult lessons at the current moment are pay per lesson. So it's $10 for members, $15 for non-members.
Okay. So very reasonable.
Yes.
Very reasonable. And again, you're teaching a life skill,
You can't put a price on that.
No. You wouldn't let your child grow up and not be able to read.
Exactly.
Because you would be putting them at a big disadvantage.
Yes.
Just like how many times, if you don't swim, have you wanted to go somewhere, but you go, I'm not getting near that water, right?
Yeah. But it's amazing the ones that don't swim and they're like, I spent 2 weeks at the beach. But there's a lot of water safety there, too. I mean, just knowing the ocean is terrifying to some, and it's terrifying even for a swimmer at times.
Right.
Even though it's my favorite place, you have to be conscious all the time.
Now, Jaws. Jaws is
I'm not scared of the sharks as much as I am of someone drowning.
No, I was just going to say, that movie is on a throwback movie this week. Jaws came out, I think, on July 4th, was it 1967 or something that sticks out in my brain.
Yeah.
But anyways, they are playing Jaws at the movie theaters as a throwback movie this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we saw it at the drive-in about 10 years ago. It was fun to watch it on the big. And that might be a reason some of these they saw Jaws and they're like, nope, we're not getting in the water. I don't know.
But, the other thing that I think a lot of people don't realize at the beach is the undertow.
Yes.
And that even if you're splashing in, I don't know, 2.5 feet of water all of a sudden.
And people want to panic and start trying to swim out of it, you have to let yourself relax and let it pull you out to where you're safe. So that happened to my son and his friend in Edisto when we took them spring break, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. And I was like, relax. And me and another guy went and got him out. But you just have to stay calm, float on your back, and let it pull you out until it's safe water. So.
See, well, I learned something here today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what we teach at our splash.
Yeah. Well, see, those are the type of things. And I do think that when somebody is in the water who is scared because they've fallen off a boat or pulled out or something, when somebody tries to go rescue them, the other thing is they're thrashing in this type of thing.
They're panicking and they're going to pull them under.
Right.
That's how a lot of other drownings happen, is they went to go help and then they weren't prepared to help them and pulled them under, and then you got 2 victims.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we are here with Allison Mundy. She is the Aquatics and Membership Director right here at our local Greenwood Lakelands YMCA. And we're going to take a quick break, so we'll be back in just a moment. Don't you go away. This is WCRS Radio.
There's no place like this place anywhere.
Hey, did you see Bob? He just tried a yoga class, upside down.
And Jane just swam 10 laps while juggling her water bottle.
Somehow, I feel like I belong here.
You do. This is the Greenwood YMCA, where everyone's having fun and everybody knows your name.
There's no place like this place anywhere. Come join the fun and make 2026 the year you belong. At the Greenwood YMCA, there's no place like this place.
Have a favorite blizzard from Dairy Queen? Did you know you can make it into a Dairy Queen blizzard cake?
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Make every occasion special with a blizzard cake only from your local Dairy Queen on the 72 bypass. Order one today.
Happy tastes good.
So make your next occasion extra special with your favorite blizzard as a cake. Only from Dairy Queen.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
At Greenwood Pathway House, we are a Christian ministry that helps people make changes in their life so that they can overcome homelessness permanently. Helping those who were living in Greenwood or Abbeville County at the time they became homeless, we provide residents with the support and training they need to build functional lives, obtain employment, and move into their own homes. Visit our website at gwdpathway.org or call us at 223-4460 to learn how you can make Greenwood and Abbeville stronger by helping people from our area overcome homelessness.
Hi, this is Brantley with Greenwood Chick-fil-A. Nominate your office, teachers, church group, or team for Breakfast for a Bunch with WCRS. We love surprising and delighting our Greenwood community. Call or text 864-332-9355. It would be our pleasure. Call or text 864-332-9355 for Breakfast for a Bunch with WCRS.
Okay, all right, we're back here this afternoon. Yes, I'm Ann. That's Penny up there on the screen saying, what are you doing? Are you listening to the show? Well, I hope so. This is WCRS. We're live on Facebook. We're also live on the radio, 98.5 FM, 1450 AM. And, of course, you can always catch us on the stream. That's how the space station is listening to us right now at WCRS, 1450 AM.net. My very special guest today, Allison Mundy. She is the Aquatics and Membership Director at our Lakelands YMCA. And we have been talking about why not learn to swim, right?
Yes.
Let's take it from a positive standpoint, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? If you are learning how to swim, you are putting another life skill right there that you can have for yourself, but also you're putting your children in better stead futuristically, too. Mm-hmm. You know, particularly when we have children that become teenagers and go out in the world, right?
Yes, I have some of those.
And we all know that they have a tendency to do crazy things, don't we?
Yes.
So if we are teaching them how to do things correctly, then they won't panic, hopefully.
Yes. All my son Fenway's friends call me the safety mom, safety Allison, because I'm always, go to the beach, I'm like, don't swim at night. Make sure watch the water, make sure everything's safe. They probably think I'm a little nuts, but They have listened to me over the years, and a lot of them are my lifeguards now. So,
well, don't you think that children, they need to, it's kind of like training a puppy. Yes. They need to hear it over and over and over.
And I agree. Every start of every swim lesson starts with our pool rules. I don't care if you have been to 5 sessions, you are going to hear our pool rules. And I really think that helps going over it and over it and over it so they know what is safe and what is not safe.
Sure. So you can start at 6 months. You can get lessons at any time. And the other cool thing is you do lessons year round.
Yes.
Now, does any of it change when you have for children during the school year?
We have our high school swim team that Emerald and Greenwood High in Cambridge. So we take a little break in August. They get the pool, and it gives my instructors and myself a little, break after the full-on summer. And we'll start back in September, and we usually go every other week, just to kind of give these parents time to have a week. They have other sports, and we go every other week up until about the beginning of December, and then we'll start again in January.
Right.
And we go all year long, and then in the summer we do every week except for the week of the 4th of July.
Wow. That's a big commitment.
Yes, it's all. This is my week off. This is my week of no lessons, but it's been great. We have been full all summer, and we have some of the same ones coming back, and it's amazing to see the skill set that they have retained over this. Just taking them all year long, even if you come once a month for a week, just keeping that skill set for these children.
Sure. Now, you've also had a summer camp out there this year.
Yes, and they swim they swim every day.
Last year it wasn't as, they've been able to move things a lot better this year, right?
Yes.
With all the work that's been done on the campgrounds down there.
Yes, they've been down there some, and they swim every day, and it's awesome to see the kids because we swim test every kid under 13. And when they finally get a green and they come by my office and they're like, I'm a green now. And that means that they can swim the length of the pool and tread water. So it's really cool to see how much they've grown. They start in a life jacket and move their way up. So
I think the other thing that's really cool is having goals. Mm-hmm. Sometimes in our society we've become kind of lackluster on goals, I think. So I think to have that and have that pride that I have a green now, right?
Yes, and I can go off the diving board at the country club, or I can swim the length of the pool. It's really cool to see them. I have a lot of 4-year-olds this year that took from age 2 up, and they're outside at the pool just swimming all over the place, hanging with the big kids, and it's amazing at 4 to see some of them how well they're swimming. I mean, we have a lot that have started swim team because our swim team starts at 4 years old.
Now tell us a little bit about the swim team.
So this summer we did a little different. They didn't have as many meets for us, so we're just doing a practice, kind of get them their skills and strokes better. So right now it's just Tuesday, Thursdays, 4 to 5:30. After high school league gets done, we'll start in October and we go through March. And it's Monday through Thursday, 4 to 5:30. We travel to different YMCA's, Anderson, Columbia, Rock Hill. We have a good little team. So.
And that's the Y team.
That's our Y team. That's the Greenwood Gators.
Now, there's also, isn't there a an Emerald team?
Emerald has a team, Greenwood High School has a team, and Cambridge has a team. And they all rent our pool, and it's a lot of our same swimmers.
Okay.
So most of them are on our team as well.
How many kids are on swim team, just roughly?
It varies year to year. I think last year we had 40. The most I think we've had is like 90. It just, after COVID, it kind of went down a little bit, but we average, for being a smaller Y, about 40 to 50.
Wow, that's great.
So, and a lot of them come after they've met their goal in swim lessons, and their goal is swim team. So that's another positive, is trying to get them to that level.
Well, that is great. So is there any differences that families should think about between swimming in a pool versus a lake?
Well, I mean, the obvious one is the pool has clear water. You can see the bottom as long as your pool's clean. But
it's not full of leaves and everything else.
But just not the unknown in a lake. It's just dark water. Water's constantly moving. The depth can change instantly from you're touching to you don't know how far. Boats being in the lake, not being able to jet skis in the lake, not seeing you. I guess like indoor pool, it's just as dangerous, but you also have clear depths and you can see everything around you.
And it's only so wide.
Yeah.
As opposed to a lake.
As opposed to the lake, and just how quickly you can go under and nobody knew where you went.
Yeah. I was just thinking about, how many people love to fish, but they don't know how to swim. I've heard many.
That blows my mind too.
I mean,
or at least wear a life jacket.
Oh, they couldn't do that because it would help with would hurt with when you were skating or putting your reel out there. But then I was thinking about people standing on the edge of the banks, thinking that they're safe, or down there at the ocean with their poles.
The jetties.
Yeah.
We talk about the jetties in our splash program we used to do with the schools. Is you don't stand on the jetties because that's rocks, and rocks are slippery from the water that has algae. And just you see those people out there when I'm in Edisto, and I'm like, no, get down. But I can't tell everybody what to do. But I can tell my own.
You could take a bullhorn with you, Allison.
I feel like my kids get embarrassed. They're like, Mom, stop. It's not your kid. But I'm like, I don't want to have to go out there and rescue them.
Right, exactly.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how many fishermen that I know fishermen, I don't know how to swim, and you're like, but you
love the water.
Right. And you're in a John boat that's not too sturdy.
And you don't have to be an Olympic swimmer as long as you can swim safely and be able to get on your back and have breath control. No one's saying you have to have a perfect stroke or be the best, but know the skills and the safety around water is the most important.
And I would think as a parent, it would be absolutely frightening to not know how to save your child.
Yes. That's very true.
Or you're a parent and you jump in the water because you're going to save your child.
And then you're like, oh, wait, I can't.
Because your adrenaline takes over to go, right?
Yeah. It goes back to that reach, throw, don't go. But yes, your instinct would be to go get your child. But I feel like it's just as essential for the parents to know how to swim.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So as we kind of finish up here, I've asked you a lot of questions. What would you like people to know?
Just swimming's important. It's a life skill. That's the main thing. And being safe around water. Water is fun. It's one of my favorite things. But you have to be safe at all times. You have to think ahead of what if, not oh no, what happened. So just knowing your surroundings and the amount of children you have with you, their age, their swim, I guess, limitations and abilities. Just be safe. Water's fun. Just you have to be safe.
And get some lessons.
Get some lessons.
Get some lessons.
If you don't come to us, find somebody, but you need to learn how to swim.
And parents and adults at least need to know how to be safe in the water if something happened.
And never swim alone. That's my biggest thing. Never swim alone.
So, so I was thinking about seniors. You do a lot with seniors too, don't you?
Yes.
Well, tell us a little bit about that.
We have a lot of senior classes, yoga, chair yoga, line dancing.
You have the Silver Sneakers.
Silver Sneakers. Those are a lot of our programs. You don't have to be a Silver Sneakers member to do our Silver Sneakers classes. It's open for all of our members. So
that's great. But what about in the water? Don't you have some water programs?
Most of our aqua exercise classes, I mean, we have all ages in there, but originally it was called the arthritis class, and we changed that just to our aqua exercise so anybody could come, but it's majority seniors in our classes.
What do you do in those classes?
It's just
water ballet. I like the water ballet.
They do water exercises. Water exercises. You can do as much or as little as you want. I mean, they have water weights. Some use them, some don't, depending on their limitations.
Why is the water good for people to exercise it?
A low impact. I mean, you had knee or hip replacement. It's a low impact exercise that still gets your heart rate up.
Okay. And so and you're buoyant. Aren't you a little buoyant?
Yes.
Yes. So you can.
And I mean, using the water weights can put some resistance if you want a little bit more. But it's just good. It's get out, get healthy, and a lot of people maybe don't talk to anybody all day long, and they come out there and that's their social time, and they're getting exercise. So,
you know, there is a big, I think the federal government is just started a program on figuring out people in loneliness and the health risks of them being lonely. I mean, that's where the Y can really make a difference.
Oh, they make so many connections. I mean, so many people come and they're like, I just moved here and maybe my spouse passed away, and they end up meeting so many new people. It's really good.
Yeah. So, and you're doing it in a fun environment.
Yes.
Even if Jan is the person teaching the class. No, Jan's a great person.
You got jokes. You got jokes. No, everybody's great. I mean, even just the connections I see the front desk staff have with different people. I mean, they look forward if they don't see, I'm making the name up, like Miss Jane for like a couple days. They're going to call and they're going to make sure she's okay. You know, it's just.
But see, that's important.
And yeah, it's great. I mean, we all help each other and we all rely on each other. It's just.
Well, the Y is a community.
Yeah.
And
and the connections are awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So, and the other thing I always liked about the Y is the very fact that if you get tired of doing one class, you can switch over to
another one. Yeah, you can always learn a new skill, just like in the water. You can always try something harder, or maybe something, whether it's like the reformer Pilates, or you can just go play pickleball with some friends. I mean, we have a little bit of everything.
And you have indoor pickleball courts.
Yes, we do. And they also are basketball courts, but we do have some nets that stay up and when there's availability. So there's kind of set times where people just kind of show up together and whatever's available they use.
Now, don't you have a steam room too?
We do have a steam room in the men and women's locker rooms. So,
I mean, what more could people ask for, Allison?
I don't know. They got it all right there. We got showers. I mean, we got everything.
So if you haven't checked out the Y, you need to go by and check out the Y. One of the things I know you also do, you'll give people a tour.
Yes. Membership staff is always up there. If they happen to be busy, our fitness attendants will also give tours.
So these are some of the things that are available out there for people. Now you, I think, and I think that you're also very involved in the community. You have an after-school program when school goes back in.
And that registration starts this week for that.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I officially don't have a kid in the district anymore, so now it's kind of weird for me because I'm not thinking about that timeline, but it does open this week, and then soccer registration is going on right now.
Soccer registration.
Yes, and that ends, I believe, July 13th. I have that written down.
The registration
for soccer, and then it will start, July 13th, registration ends, and August 3rd, the season begins. So
Seems like we just finished it, didn't it?
I know it does. Seems
So
like-
what other sports do we do?
we got flag football, we got youth basketball, and then we have spring soccer, swim team, of course. Those are pretty much our primary programs.
But you deal with a lot of kids in that program, in those programs.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So it is a really great place to check out. The Y is where it's at, 175 years strong and growing. You know, I had a story that you also have started a children's weight loss program.
Yes, healthy weight in your child.
Yes. I saw that, not for Greenwood, but as a national program. I saw that on CBS Sunday Morning,
Yeah.
that program.
Jan
Sounds
and-
like it's really making good strides.
Yes, Jan and Sunny, I think they just finished up a couple weeks ago, and they'll start again, I believe, in September. Don't quote me on that, but they've been really pumped about it. They've had a good turnout, and hopefully we get some more.
You know, the thing about that program shows is that if you have family in buy-in,
Yeah.
you can't just have the child. You've got to have a family
When you
buy-in.
have the parents there learning along beside you. So, yeah, it's been great.
So I would hope that program expands. And then I did see an article, I think I sent it to a couple of people at the Y, about this woman who was close to 100, and she credited the Y to her longevity.
Was it Miss Barbara Essel? Or is it local?
No, this was on a national.
okay.
But yeah, but you have somebody
We
over
have
there.
somebody. She was in Wesley Commons. She moved up to her daughter's house, I believe, near Spartanburg. But she was, I want to say 95, in her 90s, and she was a record holder for U.S. swimming for seniors in like the butterfly. And I'm like, 'cause there's
The butterfly?
She could do it too. Barbara Essel, she would come swim, and there was an article in the index about her. But she moved, and she's still doing good. They said she's still swimming. So
Well, this was an article about how this woman goes to the Y every day,
Yes.
and she credits the Y
well, that's
to
awesome.
her longevity
yes,
of her
that is
life.
awesome.
And she said even just walking, because I guess she had to walk up steps and everything
To get in there, yeah.
to get in there was a good thing.
Yeah, just showing up, and if you come to a class, you get tired, have a seat for a little bit. But just showing up is a big part of it.
It is. And the Y is for everybody.
Yes, it is.
So I hope people will go check out the Y. If you're looking to get to work on some body parts or work on these things, I think it would be good. If you don't know how to swim, you should definitely find out how to swim, because who knows when you might have to be called on to help save somebody who who is drowning.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what about that? I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Sunny says, hi. Okay. What about eating and then getting in the water? When I was a kid, you got to wait a half hour, an hour. What's the deal?
I mean, I eat before I get in, but I wouldn't eat a huge meal. I wouldn't go eat a ton of food, and then, especially non-swimmers, and then they suck the water in.
Right.
They might be floating around in their puddle jumper.
But is that really true about an hour? Well, I can't remember. It was a half hour or an hour.
Honestly, that's one of those rules I haven't followed. I mean, I might eat a granola bar real quick and then get in and teach a lesson, but I wouldn't recommend eating a whole pizza and then getting in the water. But, you have to keep your energy up, so you need to eat something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Well, I just thought I'd check on that one,
Yeah.
because that was one of those things. I can remember my mother saying, no, you can't go in the water for another 20 minutes or something.
Like, don't shower when it's storming.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
Yeah, all those type of things. Well, anyways, Allison, we've been here with Allison Mundy. She's the Aquatics and Membership Director out there at the Lakelands YMCA. I know, now, is the Y going to be closed this weekend? What is the Y
just
doing?
Saturday.
Just Saturday.
For 4th of July.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can still get in there and get out and get your exercise routine. And if you have not been to the Y, I highly recommend you go by and get a tour and
Come
see
check
what's
us out.
available.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll be amazed. Well, Allison, thank you so much for coming
for
out
having
today.
me.
And we are going to go ahead and close this out. You know who I am. I am Ann Eller. I was a little under the weather this morning, but I'm feeling better now. No more antibiotics for me. That's right. Anyways, I'm feeling better. I'll be back in the morning. We got a lot to talk about on the radio, so I hope you tune in tomorrow morning on Facebook Live. Penny, of course, will be with us, too. She got groomed today. This is not her latest picture, but she looks pretty special here today. And so I'll look forward to seeing you on the radio tomorrow morning. Allison, again, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We'll have to have you back now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will.
Allison will come back. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us. This is WCRS Radio. We'll put the curtain down. We'll cue the music. And have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.